Hi all, this is Dr. S. Ramya, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology. Today we are going to see about the requirement analysis in software engineering. Yes, introduction to requirement. Requirement analysis is nothing but process of discovering, understanding, documenting and validating the software requirements. So based on the customer requirements, we need to satisfy the constraints, whatever the requirements needed for the to complete the particular software project. It occurs during the early phase of a software development lifecycle model. The goal is to build the right product based on the customer needs. This is the main concept of the requirement analysis. In requirement analysis, first step we need to identify gather the requirement analysis process. That is, gather the information from the stakeholders based on the customer requirements. Next, analyze the data for the clarity and as well as use the modeling techniques for further study data. Next, review the results and improve the quality based on the customer requirements. So these are the requirement analysis process. In importance of requirement, it reduces the development cost and the rework, and also it prevents the misunderstanding between the client and the team. Each one phase completed, we need to confirm with the customer. After that, proceed to the next phase. So it prevents the misunderstanding and miscommunication between the client and the customer. Next, ensures the clarity of the objectives. It serves as a foundation for the design, testing and implementation. It improves the project success rate. The types of requirements. First one, functional requirements describe what the system should do. We need to identify what system we need to do. Just we need to explain and describe about the functionality. That is example, login and the report and the data processing. Next is the non-functional requirements, that is NFR. Describe how the system should perform based on the description. That is example, security, reliability, performance, reusability as well as the scalability. Next, requirements engineering process, feasibility study, requirements facilitation, requirement analysis, requirement specification, requirement validation as well as the requirement management. So these are the basic steps for the requirement engineering process. Throughout the software project, these steps has to be followed to complete the successful project has to be delivered. The requirement facilitation, that is we need to interviews, questionnaires. Based on the questionnaires, we need to improve the software product as well as a brainstorming session. Whatever brainstorming session, we need to grasp the ideas and implement it in the software project. Observation as well as the document analysis. Next, joint application development, prototyping, use cases as well as the user stories. Tools used in the requirements, that is the UML tools, Star UML, Lucid Chart, Enterprise Architect. Prototyping is nothing but a model, that is the tools having Figma, Bellsmake and Adobe XD. The requirement management is nothing but Gistra, Terola, IBM and DOORS. Modeling tools are the ER models, that is the entity relationship model that is used in the DFT diagram, that is the data flow diagrams, how the software project will be implemented in the particular product. That is SRS, software requirements specifications, introductions and the scope, the overall description, functional requirements, non-functional requirements, assumptions and system model based on the DFT and UML, the base document for the design, development as well as the modeling. Challenges in the requirements, that is the ambiguous requirements, we need to identify and changing the requirements, communication gap between the client and the developers, we need to follow up them whether the changes has to be made or not, stakeholders conflict and the lack of domain knowledge and that means constraints. The conclusion is nothing but requirement analysis is the backbone of the software success, whereas to be followed in the first step we need to identify what are the requirements is identified throughout the completion of the project. In each phase we need to identify and rectify the error in that phase only. if any error found in the particular phase, we need to redo the work in the phase itself. So the prevention of the miscommunication between the client and the server will be avoided. Ensure the correct understanding of the customer needs. After the correct understanding from the customer needs, we need to ensure the correct product has to be delivered to the particular customers. Leads to accurate design development as well as the testing. So based on the phases feedback collected from the customer, it will be a good software product, as well as based on the customer needs we do to identify the software product. That's a good requirements as well as a successful software. So these are the requirement analysis. Yes, thank you.